What's up, everybody? A Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Space Engineers, and as you can see, I'm doing a little bit of remodeling here in the processing room. I haven't made my way out into the hallways and stuff just yet. I did end up finishing off this in here. I didn't quite get this corner over here, I don't think, though. So I'm still kind of in a little bit of a debate mode with myself on the flooring idea. I do really like the interior walls for the columns, but I'm not so sure I like it for the floors. Let me see if I can get my headlamps on here. So, I removed the catwalks because I did get an idea from the comments in the last episode about maybe making a room have an interior wall floor, and then, like, the hallways being catwalks. I think what's really doing it for me, though, is these blocks just aren't that detailed on their top. The side parts here, you got all this cool kind of piping and stuff going on, but the top part is just kind of meh. Better than regular steel blocks, but still. They didn't really update the interior walls when they did all their block updates kind of thing. And the catwalks just look a lot more detailed and stuff, so my concern is the pattern. I'm also working on redoing this down here. Actually, I think most of it is done. I left this part, though it seems it really won't be that useful, because I was leaving these open at the moment in case I decided to change, and then I was doing these with, if I did catwalks and not the interior blocks, see how they looked. But it kind of ends up being counterproductive to do it this way because I've already filled in the sides. So what I'd like to do is we'll drop in to our spectator mode, and I'm going to paint these two. Nope. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. And what this will do is then I'll actually replace these with interior blocks, and we'll see how this will look with them on the side and the catwalks in the center. So we'll work on that. I'm kind of just testing different combinations and seeing what I come up with. So that's my room for all one block. This is kind of the hallway style. And then I'm working in here to try and do a combination. Oh crap, it did get rid of the lights. I was hoping I could keep the lights there, but oh well. Alright, so I need catwalks here, and here, and here, and here, and here, everywhere. Basically. And I need to replace the light. Now, the lights stay there. Oh, they're attached to the actual base. I gotcha. I'm thinking I'll do catwalks here regardless of what I end up doing, but it'll be like out here in this floor. What I think I'm gonna do is have, let's see, that's 3. Okay, we could do that. So I'm thinking we'll do catwalks here all the way, and then in this area, once it gets done grinding them all down, we'll replace it with interior blocks, and we'll run the catwalks along here just as our, well, what they're actually supposed to be as a catwalk. So we'll actually use them as a catwalk over here, and then we'll have interior blocks over here, and kind of compare some different styles is what I'm thinking. I haven't touched the hangar and the hallway and all this kind of stuff and all these pillars and things yet, just because, yeah. Basically just because it's a lot of work. And actually, I don't know, what I'll probably do for this is make, I think I have an idea for this, and this is probably going to be my most definitive, like, yes, I want to do it this way of doing things, is to have the catwalks, uh-oh, didn't mean to do that. Might have to wait till that gets, ah, crap. I always end up with the, the one above this, where it has one of the edges. But when it takes this out, this is kind of the pattern I'm thinking for the actual catwalks, because in the hangar it makes sense. And what I'll probably do here in the hangar is, once this is done, then we'll do one side is interior blocks, and then the other side I'll probably just leave as actual steel and just see which one we like better. The exterior I'm not really worried about being steel, that's fine. And for this, I could do stairs here, now that I think about it. I hadn't really thought about it before, but I could put a set of stairs there. So we'll do that. It just elongates the angle a little bit more than originally intended, but it's fine. I don't know exactly if it's because the assembler is having to do stuff as I'm building all this or not, but it does seem like my whole grind down and build system is moving a bit slow. But I don't know if that's just because every time I turn around and I'm looking in the right direction, it's like not there, like it's not working. It's working on something else somewhere else, or if it's because I'm just like doing too many things and it's actually having a hard time keeping up. I'm not really sure which is which. I did also add one mod that I ran across in one of my inspiration episodes, and I really like it actually, and I kind of hope eventually they incorporate it into the main game. You may have noticed it already, but it's the highlight hider or hidden highlight or something like that. And instead of making the whole screen light up yellow or the whole object light up yellow, the outline stays, but the actual highlight is removed. And I really, 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 really cannot stress how much I like that effect. Because it shows you what you're interacting with still, but it doesn't actually impair any. Yeah, it is having to make some stuff, so that's probably why it's running a bit slower. But yeah, so I just like that better. So in case anybody notices that and goes, that looks different, why is that there? That is why that's there. And I did think as well for stuff like this. This is only one block, though. Did I keep, I don't think I kept a ceiling, really, because we did away with the ceiling lights. Yeah, I didn't really do that. Okay. See, this is what I was talking about. I needed a big open space to kind of compare how the block looks when it's done in a heavily done pattern. That's kind of what I was looking for. I guess we'll start here and work our way back. I'm not really sure what pattern I had before. I guess it was from the wall. And that'll light everything up. And this should give us a good idea of whether or not we would actually like the catwalks if they were heavily done. And that's kind of the big question mark. If we like this pattern and we're okay with it, then I'd probably go with that over the interior blocks, I think. I don't actually know which one's cheaper. 8, 17, 7, and 15. 25 is there, so I think that is about 23 on the interior plates, and the construction component 7. This is 10, but you also have to account for 17 small steel tubes. So I don't actually know which one would be cheaper. I'm not really sure there is such a thing at that point. See, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan, I don't think, of how these join together. I just don't. I think they look too drastic. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I could also do regular steel blocks on the floor, too, and just have a catwalk center. I'm not really sure. For rooms like this and the cargo room and all that kind of stuff, I'm definitely leaning towards just catwalking it. For bigger rooms like this and the processing room, I don't really know. I am admittedly kind of on the fence. Okay, so it's back to grinding now, I guess. Because we have it set to grind first, weld first and then grind. So we'll definitely use catwalks around this area here. Again, just for... Actually, you know what? I'm about to be brilliant. I think I'm about to be brilliant. I could do... Why can't I build that there? Is it just because there's nothing attached to it? I'm thinking that's all it is that it can't... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay, I like that. The only issue is going to be the corners, but that might not actually end up being an issue. I don't think. The only thing that I don't like about doing it this way is you don't get that feel of like you could fall off the edge thing, which I kind of liked a little bit. Okay. Oh, there's a little icon on those now. That's new, I believe. I think that's new. Do I have any? I don't think I'll have had any interior plates because the machines probably used them all. Okay. So basically, what I need to do is tell it to just make like a lot of them. And then I'll have some extras. And we can go about our merry way. Okay, so in my infinite wisdom of waiting until the other project was done, I decided to start working on the next one, which, yeah, it didn't go very well. I ended up, like, gutting my base, so I'm working on applying this new art style thing to the whole kit and caboodle, and, you know, we're gonna see how it goes. So, progress report on this guy in here is this part's all done, which I really do like how this looks, other than, like I said, it does kind of give you, or it takes away from that you could totally fall off kind of feel. But I do like how it kind of just encapsulates everything. I think it's really cool. Now, there is another thing we could do here, and it won't work with these right here, but if we flipped them like we've been doing the floors, it may be possible to, so hypothetically, let's say this is that block. I don't know how it would look, though, to do something like this, where there's a light bar in each thing. It might be a little tall, though, but I think I kind of want to try it, just to see how it works. I've also cut out these little canals that we're going to end up using for something. I don't really know what yet, but it seemed like an interesting idea to do. So like this is what I was talking about. Rather than having them up on this level, we'll go down a level. Mount it to that block probably is a good idea. We'll do this one this way as well. Do that one like that, and we'll do that one like that. Now, what we can do, or should be able to do, is like this. And like I said, I don't know how this is going to end up looking, if it'll be too bright, if it'll be too in your face, you know, but it seemed like an interesting way to deal with the lighting situation. And actually, there is a little bit of a lip there, but you really don't even notice which ones, like at a glance, you wouldn't really notice that those are different. I actually really kind of like this. I don't know exactly how I would describe it, but to me it gives it a bit of an industrial feel, I guess. Maybe that's what I'm going for? I'm not really sure. So we'll put that there. I don't think these patterns were supposed to be off, but I'm going to do them that way anyway, just to keep them uniform with this over here, in case we do this route with the flooring. It'll actually line up over here. But if we don't, this creates a nice little walkway. So this is what I was talking about as far as doing it the way it was intended. Alright, those should stay where they are, those lights. So for now, let's get rid of these blocks. I won't be able to get rid of that one until one of these gets broken down. Okay, so we're making progress. We're doing stuff. We're doing things. I really do think I'm kind of getting hooked on that light, though. Those corner lights like that. I really like that idea. Particularly because as I get more involved with scripting, I could actually set these to be specific to the drill platform lights. And then we could do cool stuff with scripts, like if it's active, it blinks a low blinking red or yellow or something. If it's like full, it would have a different light. Like you could mess with some lighting with those without it being part of the regular room's lighting, which I think would be a cool idea. Alright, So let's get rid of that block, and then we should be able to put our catwalks in here. I'm just going to wait for that to get all finished, and I think I mapped everything else out to grind down properly. I'm thinking... I accidentally took the lights off of this one, I didn't mean to, but I think this pillar is done. And I'm not sure how this part is going to look, to be perfectly honest. Though with the catwalks here... Oh, wait a minute. Wait. I'm going to fix this since we're taking this all apart. That'll be something else I'm going to work on. So let's get this set up. And then I will probably go do that, and I will be back in a moment. Alrighty, so I actually managed to get most of this squared away, and it's pretty much done. I might have to turn these lights down a little bit, actually. They're a bit on the bright side. This one's still going, I guess. Let me double check. Nope, don't have my headlamps on. Okay. So I got most of this done. I did not do this part, and it's pretty much for one reason and one reason only, and it's that I use this door. And when I use this door, if you did interior blocks with the way that they're kind of, they have this kind of like ridge thing in here where it sets, it's like inset into the wall. I think that'll show up when you use these. I'm not sure. So I either have to change this door or leave it just that way. And I figured since it's exterior, meh, whatever. Oh, I didn't do this part in here. This is what I meant to do. So we're going to add this, we're going to do that, and we're going to add all of this. Now I might need to take that part out manually, but that's what I was thinking for this part where you have like, you know, this, actually I don't necessarily need this front part, I guess for working on the nose or whatever, but the idea would be, you know, you can access the connectors, you can access the front of the nose or the hangar doors, and then you can walk all the way back. So I like that idea. Like I said, in this instance, I don't think I would do a full catwalk floor. It's either going to be block on this side or the interior blocks over here. Not really sure where I stand on that one. I do like the stairs here. We need to add some lights, it would seem. For now, I don't know what's overkill and what's not, so for now we're going to do a 3-light system like that. I think that'll work best in this area. Where's it building? Oh, it's building on these over here. So yeah, all of this is kind of coming together and starting to look a bit more like I would like it to. We probably should do some running lights over here, maybe? I don't know if... I guess I can fit one there and one there without it looking awkward. We'll try that. See if that adds... because it is kind of dark in here. The rest of the base is almost a little too well lit. It's a little too bright for me. I think I added too many lights. I could cut down on the number of lights. That is one way we could fix that. But this is what I was talking about. I realized that I could actually, since we were taking this wall out, I could actually realign these doors to be equally spaced. Now, this does mean I couldn't put any lights on both sides. I could do one side, like above the door, but it would take up... Hold on. No, if I did doubles and flipped them... Well, hold on. Maybe I could pull that off. If I did a double light... It's not letting me flip it down. That's what I wanted it. I wanted it to be like this, but up there. Wait, could I do... No. I don't know why, but the doubles stick to things. Like, if it doesn't have a block up here to attach to, it just won't flip, which is kind of annoying, actually. Oh, thank you. I still don't really know what to do with this, other than... Nope, I can't do anything what I was thinking of. I was thinking I could put a catwalk there, but there's pipe there. And if I flipped it the other way like we've been doing, the light here would get in the way. So I either need to remove this light before doing that or leave it. Okay. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Still a little dark in here, but oh well. what are you gonna do? Build more, I guess. So I think this is coming together pretty good. Let's see how the progress... Oh, this is all done in here. So this is what I was talking about. This was kind of my 2 pattern comparison sections. I want this, or at least this. I moved the wall. So I want this part to be catwalk, and then this part to be catwalk as it is. I don't know if I'll have a line going this way, or if I'll have one go up and then connect to it over here. I'm not really sure how I want to do that. Because I don't like the idea of running an adjacent catwalk right next to this. I feel like that's a little redundant, so I'd probably cross it here and bring it in this way if I didn't have one come right up the center. But if I turn my lamps on, this gives us a decent idea of the kind of patterning look that we would have. And I don't honestly know how I feel. Let me know what you guys think about it. And there's basically 3 options on the table that I see. There is... Well, I guess there's 4. Because there is the catwalk as an actual catwalk with the steel, which is 1. Catwalk as a catwalk, you know, just with the edging walkways with the interior block, which is 2. Or all catwalk or all interior block, which is, you know, 4. So there's a couple different options there. I'm not really sure how I feel. I don't really know. So I'm open to feedback, and I'm curious what you guys have to say about that. I definitely like these lights over here. I think, honestly, the fact that they stick up gives it a bit more of an industrial feel. It feels like one of those yellow floor lamp things that you see in, like, mines or work sites where they'll set them up on, like, a tripod, and then they have, like, this little gated, graded bubble lamp thing. That's kind of what I feel like is, you know, these, there should be a cone lamp pointed down like, you know, a working lamp type thing. But yeah, personally, I think I'm leaning more towards the walls being interior walls, but as far as the flooring goes, I'm either leaning towards all catwalks or probably catwalk with the block. I don't think I really like this top part. And it's for 2 reasons. 1, I think the detail needs to be up to this level of their newer blocks that they've done. The other is I don't really like how when you light this, it ends up being a very bright gray. Now, granted, let's actually try something a bit here. Let's see if we could play around with a different color for this block specifically. Well, that's more of a red color, I guess. I was looking for that darker gray. I guess I could do a black. That's one thing I don't like about these blocks, though. They're inherently lighter than the other blocks. So it's kind of like, in order to, like that's not too far from the dark gray of this, but according to this, it's like black. You know, it's like, so they're just inherently always lighter than other blocks, and I'm not a big fan of that, to be perfectly honest. So I almost feel like I would have to light those if I was going to keep these. Because I actually like it when it's darker and it's got these little lights in it. But again, when you come out here and you get it nice and bright or something, it ends up not being that cool to me. And I feel like, personally, that's just a byproduct of these are new blocks. Like, they redid how the catwalks look. I don't think they've messed with the interior blocks too much. I think they did it a while back, but after that, I don't think they really touched on it too much. Oh, yay, this is done. Cool. All right, so we're actually getting a lot done today. Let's go ahead and put these 2 down. I was going to say it'll probably weld those up first. And I might have to do a little bit of a flying shenanigan to get this to work, but whatever. But yeah, so this is cool. This is working for me. I like it. And actually, I don't know that it needs to be that much brighter or anything. Oh, and I left this open because this is where you would walk in from. Now, I could make these catwalks and stuff, but I feel like I might, but I'm not really that worried about it. It kind of breaks the flow to me a little bit. But if my OCD kicks in enough, I might. Oh, and actually, I say that a lot, but I actually got a comment asking asking other people, like, is he OCD? No. I don't believe clinically I would be that. I have a thing where I like things symmetrical. I like them to match, and if I've already set up a pattern, I like to keep a running theme. You could attribute it to like a color scheme. Once you establish a color scheme, then you kind of want to keep it. Why can I not get this to... Okay, whatever. I'm gonna spectator mode this. But yeah, I don't think I actually have anywhere close to clinical OCD. Because if any of you have ever actually been around people that have real OCD, it can be bad. And sometimes even like interfering kind of thing. Like it keeps people from doing day-to-day stuff sometimes. So this is annoying. Okay, what? I get what's going on here before anybody answers my question for me, but it's kind of one of those like, how in the world do I get this to work? There we go. I know that it was trying... my spectator camera was inside the ground, so it was trying to attach it to the ground grid. And the cursor was outside, and then once I came out, then I was too close. It wouldn't work, but that was annoying. Alright, so that's done. But yeah, I don't actually have OCD, but I do have a thing for like, and I'm getting better about it. Actually doing YouTube and stuff has improved it slightly, because there was times where I had to keep the episodes moving and I couldn't just sit and think for like a day on how to fix a pattern problem. But like stuff like this, well, I didn't get the lights around the doors like I did every other door because I have lights here and there's, you know, so it's instead of like, I'm kind of like, yeah, whatever, you know, and that's, so yeah, that's definitely not OCD. But I just thought it was funny that I actually had that in a comment somewhere of like, is he actually, you know, is that a thing? No. Don't have that. Oh, I started to say what I'm thinking of doing for stuff like this. I might even try it right here before we kind of wrap this episode up, is using ramps as my vertical counterpart to... Though, yeah, that's the only thing. If I do it here, I've got to run it like all the way up, don't I? Darn. I was actually thinking that would look really cool. But it does kind of narrow. You don't have this open ceiling. Well, I could put it there. Could put it one higher, I guess. That's interesting. Well, no, it's going to come out in the wash anyway, because I need this one block here so that I can have that interior light there. So, that's not going to work. Alright, so what did we end up in here? We got all these blocks out. I think we're actually done. I think this is... Well, I missed this one. But I'll deal with that later. But I think we've actually, at this point, completed the pillars. We've completed the floor. It's really deciding on what we want the floor to look like and finishing it up. I think I kind of just realized that we're kind of deciding for myself. I'm kind of deciding as I go, because this one's all catwalk. The hydrogen room's all catwalk. The programming room's mostly catwalk. I think I'm developing a pattern here. I'm starting to see the signs. Like I said, my biggest concern is this kind of room, where you just have a huge floor, and where the steel kind of blends as all one solid color. I'm concerned about having this much of a pattern, though that could be said for the interior block as well. Hence why I said I might go to a steel block instead of interior block for the floor, and then catwalks where you're supposed to walk, and then do the interior blocks for the columns or walls. That's kind of what I'm thinking. As you can see, I did do a regular steel block here because technically this is a pillar and this is a pillar, but then these two are also pillars. So it ends up looking like a wall, but my logic, according to the pattern I'm developing, is saying these are all pillars next to each other. And there will either be steel for walls or rock, and it'll just be no wall, so I just put a steel block there. So anyways, I think that's actually going to wrap things up for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed. Do feel free to leave your feedback and let me know which patterns and skin stuff you prefer. And also color palettes, color ideas, because I doubt this is just going to stay gray forever. I'll probably end up painting it something at some point, but I have no idea what patterns to go with or color palettes, so do feel free to throw your input in. And at this point, I think we're done redecorating. And now we'll probably go back to expanding and building the base a bit more and adding some stuff. So, like I said, hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.